Hey guys, what's going on? So I guess today is episode 6, and honestly, if I feel kind of off today, I have a very good reason for it. I've been awake for way too long, and that is a understatement, not gonna lie. Uh, I think I'm going on now being awake almost. It's got to be close to 50 hours at this point. I don't even remember. But it's been a little bit too long of being awake. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure the average human is not supposed to be awake for this long, but whatever. But anyways, I think, we talked about last time, just kind of talked about life and how it can feel like it's hard to be enough. And this is still very much true. Um, I am feeling a bit better. I think. I say I think because, to be honest, I'm way too tired to genuinely be in connect with my feelings, if that makes sense. So this is gonna be a very interesting bit of time here. But yeah, that's why if I feel super distant, that is why I'm incredibly tired. And if you guys are curious on why I've opted to just not sleep, that's a phenomenal question that I wish I could answer. Basically, it's just been one of those, like, days where it's been one of those weeks, I guess, where sleep has just felt so secondary, so not needed, I guess, if that makes any sense. So instead, we're gonna play Minecraft and talk about emotions because that is so important, I guess. Now, I will say for sure that I think a big thing recently for me has been feeling like I give 110% and get nothing out of anything anymore. And that definitely does not help any bit of emotions when I constantly feel like I'm giving everything and getting nothing. I know we've talked about it now quite a bit about, you know, the mentalness of just being able to kind of, chill, if that makes sense. And and that's been very much easier said than done. I've been very touch and go since we made the last video. And that's just kind of how it is. Is it's like I'll come and I'll be like, yeah, talk about emotions and all, and it's great, but it's also at the same time like, how far do you really talk about your emotions? Like, I know no one wants a full, like paragraph on how life is. Like, I know no one necessarily wants to hear that, but I'm just I'm just trying to survive, and that's just how I think everyone is it's just kind of day by day. And that's just really all we can do, right? I mean, I know we talked a lot on not feeling like we're enough or not feeling like I'm enough. And that's never fun. But especially recently, the no sleep. It's not like the end of the world, but as you guys can probably imagine, not having sleep is not ideal by any means. And again, for I feel like fairly obvious reasons. Um, I that's why I said if I feel kind of delusional in this episode, that's why is the next to no sleep. I'm probably gonna crash right after editing. Actually, I won't because I have a hockey game to watch. But I guess that kind of leads me to something we can talk about is sleeping habits. And I know that's, important and whatnot. But at the same time, I feel like it's something that we super easily let get away from us. Like, I'll use myself as an example here. I have not, in the entire month of, we're in March, I think. Yeah. Since last month, so February, I have not gone to bed since like the middle of February before 6 a.m. at all. I have been up till 6 a.m. every single day. Now, for fairly obvious reasons, that's not very healthy. And I feel like for also fairly obvious reasons, I'm going to continue doing that. And it's not that like I don't care at the same time, but it's also just the kind of like whole, just kind of done with everything that we've kind of talked about a lot of just being just kind of done with everything. And I don't know. That's always been something I guess I'm kind of struggled with, is that self-doubt like we've talked about in the past. But I don't really know how to change that. I don't know if it's best for me to I don't know. I forgot what I was talking about. So maybe something about self-doubt. Self-doubt, it happens too much. Like way too much for it to be healthy. But at the same time, like I can't, like I think I lost the ability to care. After going through so many people that said that they'd be there and then just stopped being there, I definitely just kind of lost the ability to give a crap anymore, which definitely emotionally sucks. But at the same time, I don't even know anymore. That's just how life is for the most part, and I just have to kind of live with it. But again, like obviously at the same time, I don't want to live with it. Like obviously, you'd much rather not have to live with self-hate, or not even necessarily self-hate, but just doubt about life in general. And I unfortunately still struggle with that so much. Like it's not even funny. And again, like I said, I wish I could tell you guys that it's different and that life is easy and that life is enjoyable. And it is to a degree. But at the same time, it's like sometimes it just feels pointless. Like, what's the point of this and this? What's the point of this and this? I mean, even when it comes down to doing what we're doing here in the Minecraft series, it kind of just was like, man, what am I doing? Like, I'm sitting here talking about emotions. For what reason? Like, it doesn't help the channel. It doesn't, it's supposed to help me, but I clearly am not a very good judge of how I'm doing, as we can clearly, tell from how the whole series has been. But just trying to, I don't know, figure out what's the point of anything and everything. And again, I know we've talked about it in the past, like, obviously I know I can't have the answers to everything, but at the same time, I'd rather have the answers to everything. Like, I know that's something that, I don't know. That's something I definitely struggle with. I know we talked about probably almost for every episode. We've talked about it at some degree of not being able to know something and not being okay with it, or trying to be okay with it. But it's like, man, I'm getting a little bit tired of waking, not even waking up because I don't really sleep a lot, but getting up every single day that once I do get up, and being like, man, I'm tired of this. I want this to stop. Like, I want to, I just kind of want it to all not necessarily end, but just kind of be done with it. Be like, it was fun, but not really. And just let it be over with. Which, you know, it is what it is. I'm not necessarily, you know, ready to be done with everything, but at the same time, it's also just been so tiring. And I'm so tired of waking up, you know, or just, you know, getting up every single day and being like, God, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, it was pointless yesterday, it's gonna be pointless today, it's gonna be pointless tomorrow. It's always pointless. You know, that's just how life is. But I think we've kind of overextended our time a wee bit. Sun is setting. My thing says almost 11 minutes. Once again, this felt like it went by way too fast, but yeah, we'll see. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow if I get up. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.